Hello! I was just posting on Patreon. I need to update my wish list today. How are you? How are things going today? I got started a little late this week. For me, my plan was to get on a lot sooner, but had some other things that needed to be dealt with. Well, hi, Remster. I see you made an appearance. I know it. You want to come say hello? Come on up. Oh, good. Awesome. You saw the Twitter tweet. Come on. Remy just woke up from his nap. I just got done grabbing a quick bite, and I guess he, he knew the camera was on because that's the way you are, isn't it? Yeah. You worry me having water on the table with computers. Just hold on, buddy. Hold on. Let's just put that up there. I'm glad you're doing good. Did you do anything exciting today? It actually was a beautiful fall day here, so I took Sigmund out. Took him for a stroll. All right. So I'm looking at updating my wish list. And I think I need to take some things off of it and wanted to add a few more cosplay. No, you know you're not allowed up there. You create mayhem, mister. The other day, I had a bowl of chia pudding on the desk that I was munching on, and he decided to jump on the desk just totally out of the blue and stuck his paw right in it, which spooked him. So then he jumped backwards all of a sudden, and chia pudding went everywhere. Yes, it did. I had to clean you up. I had to clean the wall up. Yes, I had to clean me up because you flung it on me. He made quite a disaster. Oh, how cool is that? I didn't even know those things existed. You are so plugged in. That is awesome. Oh, I think we need to delete that one off the wish list because one of the rubies sent that to me. Yes, I know. I'm sorry. That's your call, isn't it? Yes. Uh-oh. What happened? What happened with the Naked Paradise? And how can you screw up Naked Paradise? I'm kind of curious about that because there's a few ways I can think of right now, but I'm probably way off base. Did you set the alarm off and almost have the police show up? Oh, that would have been quite a fiasco. That would have been quite a fiasco. Hi, buddy. You leaving us? Well, goodbye. Goodbye. Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad you found me over here if you're from IG. I'm glad you're loving the content over there too. I'm changing some things up and it's in the process of working its way up. So I'm really excited. Hi, by the way. How are you today? Hello. How is everyone doing today? It was beautiful here today, so I got out for a little bit, which kind of slowed things down. I had the most, I woke up with a sudden start this morning, and my days always go kind of weird when that happens. Yeah, the door was open. You thought somebody had come in. That would have been scary. Anyway, I woke up thinking it was almost 2 o'clock and it actually was only like 11:45. I thought it said 1:45. I thought I had really overslept. I have a feeling I may have helped with that a little bit. However, I do have a feeling that you're pretty excited most of the time anyway. Leonard's 16. How was your day? I am totally new on Twitch. This is like my second stream ever. I kept trying to get on earlier this week, and everything in the world was taking precedence. So every time I went and had a block of time, something came up and I had to deal with it. So, are you new to Twitch? You literally thought somebody, okay, so somebody in the chat, if you read the chat, somebody thought someone had come into their house while they were walking around naked. And because the alarm started going off and they saw the door open, I can only imagine. You know what? The very first stream I had, I actually really, really liked it. I was so super nervous. I went to go start streaming because it was my first time ever, and I'm still trying to kind of get a grasp of it all. And finally, after 3 attempts, I figured out the tech of it and how to actually get the stream going. So thank goodness. It after that it went pretty smooth, and this time went a whole lot smoother. I had a better idea of like what I needed to do to get started. So far I'm really enjoying it. I have to be honest, I was a little nervous because I didn't quite know everything, and I don't consider myself a gamer. I don't play a lot of games, although I do really like puzzles. I like games that are have puzzles in them. So it's been a new adventure, and it's been really exciting. And I try to get on once a week. You can probably hear the cat. I have a cat. His name's Remy. He'll pop up here in just a minute. He's circling my chair, and I keep moving my hands out of the way because he's going to jump up here in just a second. Oh, I'm so glad it's turning into a good day. At first, it was totally confusing, and I do not consider myself a tech person. So the mere fact that I could even figure out the technical side of it to get it going was just a huge success for me. I was totally excited that I had actually figured it out and got it working. So I was really happy about that, but it's making a little more sense. And I know the more I'm on it and become more familiar with the programs to actually stream, the better it'll get, and I'll figure out some of the nuances, like how when people subscribe and follow my channel, that it pops up and shows that somebody has followed. I think that is so cool and so exciting. See, there he is. No, you're not allowed on the desk. Say hello to everybody. Yeah, yeah. You're not allowed on the desk. You know that. Um, So I'll get some of that stuff worked out and get my page kind of situated, but for now it's an achievement that I'm actually being able to get the streaming going for me. Oh, well, thank you so much, sweet trucker. That is so nice of you. I can't tell you how happy I am that you guys are here today. I so was looking to chat, and now I have a bunch of people to chat with, and hopefully you love chatting with me. So yeah, you could say they're fun. They are definitely challenging. I think once you get them figured out, you kind of look back at it and you're like, that should have been more obvious, like to figure that out. If all else fails, I ask people, especially people who pop into chat if I'm trying to figure something out with the streaming. And people have been so helpful, and having that positiveness in a community is so exciting and makes the experience so much better. Because I think I'm going to have to move the cat. Excuse me, I'm going to get up for a second because he is going to start loving on the cam. Yes, I know, Remy. I know. I know. Let's just go right over here. Thank you. Sorry about that, guys. He gets very lovey, and next thing you know, the webcam is going to start folding over and tumbling. Yes, thank you. An overlay. I'm going to write a note about that too, because I will forget by the time this is all over. That helps me know what I'm looking for. And I'm sure it would completely help if I actually took Twitch's like beginner camp. I saw that the other day, so I'm kind of excited to watch that, and I know I'll pick up and learn a lot of things that way too. He is hungry for attention. Remy, as you could see, my black cat, he he's an attention hound. He's a total attention hound. He likes to be loved on a lot, but he's very cat, so he wants to be loved on when he wants to be loved on, and he becomes extremely demanding when he does. So, yeah, somebody else suggested a YouTuber who is actually does really good tutorial videos, and I haven't had a moment to catch my breath to go look at him yet. So I was going to go look him up, and I'm trying to remember his name off the top of my head. But I thought it was a great suggestion. And the community here has been super helpful when I have gone on to, obviously I'm very new, but to really give good direction as to how to deal with things. So I am so grateful for that. Yeah, I'm a content creator. I create videos and photos, and so yeah, I do have a lot of lights behind me. That's kind of I'm in the office, which also houses when I charge up my lights. So that's what you're seeing there. And actually, I have you guys can go check out my other content. Right here. I will post it here in the chat if I can get it to come up. Everything seems to be operating on its own. Oh, there we go. Yay! On its own time frame today. On its absolute own time frame. Yeah, there does seem to be a lot to do. Like I'm wrapping up year end. I've got a Christmas special happening on one of my platforms that I create content for over on Patreon. I mean, the holidays are coming up. I haven't even started any holiday treat baking whatsoever. I don't know if it's going to get done. And then here I'm in the south of the United States, and the weather has been fantastic for December. Like one day I walked out in a short sleeve shirt and some pants, and it was beautiful. It was like a spring day. So I've been trying to enjoy some of the outside too, but also take a breather because there is so much going on. But I like to stay busy because it keeps me out of trouble. So a little bit, but streaming is very different from actual video and still photography. There's some similarities, and fortunately, I have a fantastic photographer who helps me with some of the stuff. I have a basic idea. Um, he makes it look so much better though, and he has all this information in his head. So when I get stumped, I'm like, why can't I get rid of this shadow that's here? And so he comes in and helps me, especially with the stream to get the lighting even, because I hate looking at people in the dark. I've seen some streams and everybody's new, everybody's learning, so am I. And it's not a judgment on anyone at all, because Lord knows somebody who's been streaming a lot longer than me can look at me and go, oh yeah, she's new, she's green. So I completely get it, but lighting is so important. Yes, thank you, Thanos. Thank you, thank you. You have a fantastic memory. Like, I want to know what you're taking in order to keep your mind so sharp like you do. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Well, you should follow me on Instagram. You would love the content over there. So go check that out. And then, of course, you can see everything else that I do. I stay really busy. Oh, what I was going to say is I tend to find mischief if I don't have projects going or put my attention in a constructive kind of avenue. So I do like to stay really busy and occupied, but there are days I'm just like, okay, I need a break. I need some R&R and I need some downtime for myself because I just need the recoup. I don't know if anybody else is like that, but I definitely like Sundays. Sundays are my day to do absolutely nothing. Saturdays tend to be a little slower. Typically like doing laundry and going to the grocery store and things like that, around the house stuff because we all need clean clothes. Um, but I like to say really occupied. Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know. I carry my stress on my shoulders and my neck. So when things get really busy and I have a lot of things coming at me, that's when I definitely know. I do extra yoga, I do extra stretching. I take about 15 minutes just for myself midday, right after lunch most of the time, and just take a deep breath and just, okay, things are going to go the way they're going to go today, and that's just what's going to happen. So kind of go with the flow with the water and just go with it and have a good time for whatever it is. It was like the first time I got on streaming. Um, I was deliriously in tears trying to get it figured out, but I was laughing at myself because I knew I was just fumbling through it, but I could laugh at myself about it, so it was okay. You are so good. That's all I gotta say. You are so good. Yeah, I need to take more notes. I get a little ADD and I'm like, oh, I know I wrote it down somewhere, but remembering exactly where it was that I wrote it down is a whole nother thing. Because my desktop, oh, I found it. Yeah, I may have red hair, but some days I am a little ditzy and a little blonde. Today may be one of those days. Hello, Standard. Ah, well, thank you. It's so sweet of you. Okay, now I'm turning three different shades of red. This is the one thing about redheads is our skin's kind of like a mood ring. Whatever emotion I'm having, like, shows up from head to toe. If I blush, it's like overlay. It's that pale skin. So you'll see me sometimes turn shades of red. And no, I'm not always angry. Sometimes it's just, I don't know. I do have a shy bone a little bit until I get going and then forget it. You probably won't be able to get me to shut up. Yeah, I agree. Mm. I used to take tons and tons of notes, and I still have papers. I'm notorious for collecting stacks of papers that I've taken notes on, and I'm a stacker. I'm not a clutterer, does that make sense? But I stack things and I know exactly where everything is. I'll be like, well, look at the third stack about halfway down. I think you'll find what you're looking for. Yeah, that's me. So I have loose paper everywhere with all kinds of notes, and I keep a written daily planner as well because I like lists to make sure I get everything done and that I want to get done, or to make sure I don't miss anything. So I am a big, big note taker, organizer, planner when it comes to things like that. But lately I've been a little scatterbrained. Yeah, I get totally sidetracked. Like right now, I'm supposed to be adding things to my wish list and taking things off that I already have. And that's only semi getting done because you guys are far more entertaining than going shopping for me. I would much rather have interaction and chatting with you guys than to go shopping. I know it's strange. Most girls like to go shopping. I'm just, I go shopping when I need to or when I'm looking for something. So I'm planning out some ideas I have in my head for next year's shoots, photo shoots, and video work. And I need a few items in order to get that going. And I'm also, one of my goals for next year is to delve more into some cosplay. And so I'm trying to put together some items that I'm looking for, not only for myself, but to put it out there for people. If they would love to see me do the cosplay, it'll just make it happen quicker. If I get it sent to me. So I make a wish list and I put it on my wish list, and it can be from regular clothes to wigs to whatever. And that's what I was going to work on today. Yeah, I've got so much going on in my head. I have like 50 million things happening all at once. I'm thinking about tomorrow, next month, what I want to do for next year, next spring, as well as the now, what I'm doing right now. So if I don't make a note about it, sometimes I forget and I'll go, okay, now what was it I was supposed to do? Oh, yeah. And it won't be the thing, but it'll be something I remembered from 2 days ago that I needed to do. So I have to write down notes. Yeah, like clothes and shoes. Some wigs for cosplay, because I can, believe it or not, I can turn it into a blonde fairly well. It's that fair complexion. Redheads go into blondes, and blondes a lot of times can pass off being a redhead. Although I have had some blonde girlfriends that tried red and it so did not work on them. But they're cute, you know. You got to give them a try once in a while. But I don't like dyeing my hair, so wigs work great for that type of thing. Yeah, my filing system sometimes can get a little chaotic. Although everything else, when it comes to filing, like everything has its place in my world. So like I file all my papers and things are chronological by date and it's all the same topic and like bills and stuff. I save that type of stuff just in case I run into a problem. I do. Um, and I'm the same way, but most of the time I know where everything is. Although I'm so OCD that like in your cabinet, in your pantry, your kitchen pantry, I even do this with my clothes closet. Um, Everything is a label facing in my pantry, and I kind of have them categorized. So, like beans and vegetables and like applesauce, they all have their section, and everything has to be in order and in line. And my closet pantry, each shelf has its own categorization. It's really bad. Now, when it comes to my clothes closet, like everything's by season, and then they're semi color chromatic after that. So all my long shirts, long sleeve shirts are on one section, and all my short sleeve, and then all my tank top, and then they're appropriately color organized. So we'll go from like blue to pink to purple to it's all put together. It's really bad. I even save my shoe boxes and they're all outward so that you can see the picture of the shoes with the size of the shoe. Yeah, it's pretty. I make fun of myself, but I can find everything that way. Yeah, it drives my roommates that I've had over the years, it drives them nuts because I'm that way even in our like mutual space. I don't like a lot of clutter. Probably because my mind has so much going on in it. So my external world, I don't like a lot of clutter except for my paper stacks. I know it's weird, but I do go through them. I do randomly go through them. So it's not as bad as it sounds. Because my stacks will be in order of like in progress, completed, getting started. Yeah, it's bad. Is anybody else OCD like this? Please tell me they are. So I don't feel so kind of weird about it. Hey, you know what? There is nothing wrong with that. It may, my first introduction to cosplay was, I think Halloween. And I've always been more of a Halloween observer than actually a participant. It's really strange because when it comes to Halloween, if I'm doing costumes, like 99.9% of the time, I pick costumes that I am covered from head to toe. So nobody recognizes me. That's how I participate in Halloween. Otherwise, I'm a total voyeur about. I love seeing everybody else's creativity and the costumes that they're wearing. Okay, so I got sidetracked. See, it's that ADD today. So Are you more of a just kind of throw everything in the room kind of person? Or are you like that in between where there's some chaos total and then there's some definite organization to it? Or is all of it organized in your mind and it looks like chaos for everybody else? Because I have a girlfriend that's like that. Like her room will look like a bomb went off in it, but she knows exactly where everything is, like everything. I don't know how she catalogs it in her mind that way, but she does. And it works for her. Okay, so cosplay, but I think probably Halloween aside, I think my very, very, very first cosplay, actually like getting into it completely, was the mermaid outfit. I think there's some pictures still on my Instagram of it. Definitely there's videos. I think there's still a video on YouTube, my YouTube channel about it. Um, but definitely on my Patreon, I've got photos and videos over there of it. Was the mermaid, which I have been, the quarantine happened here down south just as I got it because I was so wanting to take it to a friend's pool, someplace that I could actually get in the water and try it out and use it, because the flipper, it's got a flipper to it. It's a whole body outfit. It is so cool. And I want to test it out and try it in water. I have been waiting. My bathtub isn't quite big enough to actually get in and test it out. Is anybody else here like interested in cosplay? I'm just delving into it. That's the first actual cosplay. Although I guess some people would consider also kind of retro fashion cosplay, and I have rockabilly type stuff, clothing. I have definitely done that. I did that years ago and had a total ball with it with some photos. Yeah, see, that's my favorite thing about Halloween is being completely unrecognizable. One year I dressed up as a nun and literally had my hair totally pulled back, was completely covered, the whole head garb and everything. Went to a friend's Halloween party, and I didn't talk to anybody when I was there until much later in the evening when everybody was much more intoxicated. And I was literally standing right next to some friends who were talking to my partner at the time and asking him where I was, and I was standing right next to him. They had no idea who I was. Where I was, didn't realize it was even me. And to me, that's the fun part of Halloween. Okay, let's try this. Ooh, there we go. We got a hit on Amazon for pinup fashion. So I love those pencil skirts, and they have come out with such new styles on it. The hard thing I find with it is finding pinup and retro clothing styles that aren't too conservative and still have a little bit of kind of sexy va 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 boom without being covered from head to toe. Because I still like that kind of it's kind of like a cross between Betty Boop and Marilyn Monroe style. Yeah, they were totally floored. And I, like I said, I was standing next to him. My partner was telling him that he had no idea the whole time he's laughing. And I'm just standing there very quiet with my rosary and, just looking at them. They had no idea. Finally, about an hour later, I told him. I walked up to him and started talking to him. And it took him a minute to figure out who I was, because a lot of people identify me by my hair color instead of anything else, or that's how they instantaneously identify me. So, ooh, oh, that might be cute. So I found a vintage corset. Do any of you guys like corsets on a woman? Ooh, and they have a really pretty rosy purple. They have this beautiful red. I think I'm gonna have to add that one to my wish list because I could see doing, I think I have a little tulle tutu that'll go with it. It would be so cute to do a little, you could do holiday, you could do a Valentine's Day kind of cosplay with it. See, I got into corsetry, I'm talking probably 5, 8 years ago. I mean, really got into corsetry. I did waist training. I don't know if you know what that is. So my waist just naturally is about 24 inches, just being relaxed and, comfortable, typical everyday size. And when I got into waist training, it's to actually make more of an hourglass shape, and you do it by wearing corsets. And I got my waist down to a 21 inch, is where I had actually stopped. Um, which is a 3 inch difference between my just relaxed state. Anyway, it makes this really beautiful hourglass look and it is fantastic. So I really got to like that hugging feeling that corsetry does, which just, I don't know, there's something about it that just makes you feel kind of safe. Some people at first, it can feel really restrictive because the corsets I have actually have 1/4 inch steel boning in them. It's the metal pieces that go down the waist portion of it. So it really conforms. I kind of like it, but I like latex. I love latex. Ooh, I wonder if I can find any latex on Amazon. It is very time consuming, but yeah, I got into that perfect hourglass shape. It's been years since I've done it, but I still have the corsets. It takes a little bit of time. I think I did that waist size differentiation in about 2 months. I was wearing them on a weekly basis. I would do a lot of photo shoots in them. I have some beautiful corsets. And sometimes I'd even wear them with blue jeans out, to be honest with you. Do not plan on going and eating with steel corsetry because you won't be able to breathe afterwards because your stomach expands, which makes your waist expand. But if we were just going out for drinks and meet friends for drinks, absolutely. They're busty and they really just, they plump up the girls really nicely and they give that perfect, pin-up silhouette that is just beautiful. At least I think it's beautiful. No, the stomach has absolutely no room for food. You even have to watch how much you drink, to be honest with you, depending on how tight you have the corsets. But I really like them. I have a red and black one. I have a red, kind of Baroque Renaissance styled one that has red and black in it. I have a red and black striped one. I have a green satin silk waist cincher that just goes underneath the boobs and right around the waist. That is stunning. Um, I have quite a few. I have ones that are just for play that you can move around in and actually breathe. They're more for the just kind of costuming, not really the serious corsetry work, but it's beautiful. Hello to everybody who has joined. I'm going to post my socials again for you guys. Check out, just go to this page. It has everything on it. All the types of photos and video content I do, because I do a really wide range, as well as all my social media like Twitter and Instagram. So go check it out. I would love it if you guys would follow me here on Twitch as well, but also on my other socials because I think you guys would really love it. And I do YouTube videos at least once a week, sometimes twice a week. So everything, that link I just posted, you can find it there. Go check it out. You'll love it. It's allergy season where I'm at. I can tell I'm starting to get a little stuffed up. So I live in Texas. I'm based out of Texas and cedar, this is the beginning of what they call cedar fever. So cedar trees release this pollen this time of year and it can go all the way through March. Last year was horrible, but it can go all the way through March and it releases this sticky yellow pollen. So when you walk outside, I mean, everything will be covered in it. Cars, the driveways, sidewalks, everything. It comes in on your clothes. I mean, it's really tacky and sticky. Oh, well, hopefully you can get some relaxation. It's been a really busy week. It's been a seriously busy week. There's been so much going on. Oh, I know the cedar trees smell amazing. And I used to love, I mean, completely love the smell of cedar. And it's not that I don't like the smell of cedar. I actually use cedar oil. Did you know this? Cedar oil can be used to deter pests like moths, excuse me. They can be used like mothballs, moths and silverfish, and it's totally eco-friendly and it's not hazardous to anybody. So I use cedar oil in my closets with my mole things. Um, and it's also really good. Cedar, I put cedar oil on my dog. I have a dog as well. His name's Sigmund and he's a Labradoodle, but he is napping in his chair. He has a chair. I know. It's ridiculous. I tried to keep him out of it when he was really young and it was pointless. Totally pointless. Yes, cedar is like a pine type tree. So they're really big and they're like evergreen trees, kind of is what they look like. They can also, they kind of, I want to say they remind me kind of a cross between an evergreen and a cypress tree. Do you know what a cypress tree is? Anyway, here in Texas, the trees grow up not straight like an oak or an elm tree, but they kind of grow up and then they splinter off and it almost splinters off into like branches down at the root of the base of what you would think the trunk of the tree would be. So, and you walk by and you just smell it in the air and it smells absolutely amazing until you realize that it causes cedar fever. So what cedar fever is it kind of makes you feel like you have a cold or a flu, sort of. And even people who do not have allergies down here in Texas, they will have cedar fever. At some point, it may take them 3 years of living in the state, but they will have an issue with it. So everybody I pretty much know has to deal with cedar at some point in time. I have allergies, so it hit me pretty instantaneously and really, really hard. It took me 5 years before my body acclimated to it, to the point it wasn't like just completely decapacitating me. But it's all good. But it's that time of year, and you're starting to smell the cedar, and the cold air just makes that cedar smell stick in the air even more. Oh, thank you so much. That's sweet of you. I love purple. Do you like purple? Do you like colors? Because I'm a big color person. Like my entire closet kind of looks like different shades of a rainbow. I love color. It makes me happy. Okay, I have a boar story for you guys. So somebody said that they want to visit Texas and go boar hunting. Boars are, they have wild boars here in Texas. Did not know this when I moved here, but when I moved to Texas, I moved kind of on the outskirts of town, so there was still some country when I first moved. And I grew up in the Midwest, so I was familiar with pretty good size wildlife. Like that doesn't bother me. I kind of grew up a little bit out anyway, so there was a lot of wildlife. But the boars here, they are vicious. I mean, they will take down a small child. Like, you don't let your children, small dogs, animals, pets out at night during certain times of year down here in Texas because of the wild boars. They do a lot of damage. They can really cause some mayhem and mischief, and they travel in packs. I did not know that. They are not a single type of animal. They travel in packs. So the story I have to tell you, hold on just a minute. You're right. That is why the old storage chests were made of cedar. So my boar story. Yeah, they are. They're really mean. So out where I'm at, they actually used to put out warnings about boars because it was still unpopulated at the time, fairly. And the first year I moved out here, I had the windows open. It was a beautiful fall night. And I was sitting watching TV. It was like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm a night owl, by the way. And I started hearing this noise, and I'm like, okay, there's no traffic this hour out here. What is that sound? And so I muted the TV and I just listened, and it started getting louder. And then it almost started sounding like a really far off stampede. And there was all this kind of grunting, but it was muffled, and this like rustling sound with it. And I'd never heard anything like it before. I'd heard deer stampedes, I'd heard even buffalo stampedes. I mean, so even wolf packs I had heard, but this sound was something a cross between a freight train and I don't know, wild cattle moving. It was bizarre, the combination of the sound. And I got closer and closer to the window. And the closer I got, the louder the noise that got. And it kept coming and it kept coming. And I'm thinking, what on earth is headed directly for my house, right? I'm trying to figure out, do I need to be protecting myself? Am I safe? Or what the heck's going on? So, not 5 minutes later from the noise of starting, this entire pack of wild boars came running by. There were probably 25 of them running down my street. I had never seen anything like it. And they were rooting, they were stomping, it was like a cattle drive of boars. It was the most bizarre thing, and they were so noisy. I hadn't ever seen a wild boar before then, and I have to tell you, they're not the prettiest animals. They're pretty gruesome looking. They were insane. Luckily, I had heard some of the warnings prior and had people around me say, hey, if you see a pack of wild boars, stay in your house. So I stayed watching them from inside the house out the window, trying to figure out what they were doing. And they were migrating or something because they really didn't stop. But some of them would spread out on the edge of the group, and it was like they were rooting for food or water or something. It was bizarre. Yeah, definitely. The wild boars in Texas, they actually hunt them, they cook them for food here. Have you ever had a wild boar? I've had it once. It wasn't too bad. I don't like them roasted. I like them baked more. Or boar jerky. I like jerky. That'll work. Well, you should definitely give purple a chance. You know, the color purple is a signature of royalty. Back, I mean, hundreds and hundreds of years ago, especially during the Renaissance era, jewel tones were very prominent of high society. And purple in particular was denoted to be utilized for royalty. That's not why I choose it. I just like the color purple. I even have purple curtains in my house. Yeah, I like purple. I like purple a lot. I have a lot of shirts that have purple. Um, I have leggings that are purple. I have purple all over. So you definitely should give purple a chance. I like it. It makes me happy. Anyway, I am full of random useless information. Yeah, completely scary. These boars, and they were like on some mad pursuit after something. They were running, and I thought maybe they were running from something. They ain't scared. They're not scared of anything. And so anytime start to hear some semblance of that type of sound, I just go inside. I don't even mess with them. I mean, other animals went running from them because they are so aggressive, and their population gets really out of control here. So I'm I'm curious. I am looking back in the chat. So why do you want to hunt boar? I mean, that seems like some random thing to go hunt. I mean, like I said, I come from the Midwest, and like you hunt quail, pheasant, deer, duck, even like that's pretty common. But everybody I know that are hunters, like they do it for part of their food for the year. Like for them, hunting is a purpose and not just for sport. I've never been hunting. Has anybody else been hunting? I like to eat deer meat, but I'm not a big hunter. I don't know if I'd be a big hunter. Although I do want to go try shooting a gun once. Just once. I may end up really liking it. All my girlfriends that have guns and shoot them, because remember I'm in Texas, so everybody carries here. Um, they love it. They love the power of it. They love everything about it. My day's been pretty good. It has been crazy. It does look a little blue, but it is purple. Sometimes it's the lighting. I don't know if you can see. See? Purple. Purple. I love purple. My day's been good. It's been kind of crazy. I had that like jolt awake start today. I woke up and in my groggy state, I misread the clock. I thought it said 1:45 in the afternoon and it was only 11:45. So I shot up really quick out of bed thinking I had seriously overslept, even though I didn't have anything that I had to necessarily get up for. So I thought it was like almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon and it was nowhere near that. So by that time I jolted myself awake, like freaking out thinking I had overslept, and it was only like 11:45. But by that time I was totally awake and I was able to go out and enjoy the beautiful day. It was beautiful here. Get some sunshine, get some of that vitamin D. Took my puppy for a walk, took him out, got him some exercise, and just kind of took it easy a little bit. Did some things around the house that needed to be done. And I'm supposed to be shopping for my wish list. And I'd much rather be talking to you guys than shopping for my wish list. I'm a strange girl that way. I like to shop when I have something I'm going and shopping for specifically. Um, it is actually, it was like 75 today. I mean, which is completely abnormal for December in Texas. But tomorrow it's supposed to drop down to like the low 50s. The weather is being really crazy lately. So the past 3 days it's been like almost 70, mid 70s. And then tomorrow it's supposed to drop down to like the low 50s and then be in the 60s again for like a couple of weeks. And then it's going to spike back up, supposedly. I don't know what the weather is deciding to do. I Part of the reason I moved to Texas was because I got tired of winter. Growing up in the Midwest, the winters are frigidly cold, and I got tired of snow. And so when I moved down here, we get like 2 hard weeks of winter. I'm talking like freezing or below a little bit, some ice, some snow, and everybody, the entire town pretty much shuts down. Nobody drives in it here because they don't have ice trucks or, sand trucks or anything. So the roads are a mess. So nobody leaves their house, which I'm totally for because I don't like driving in snow and ice, especially when it's, high moisture content. Um, so I love that, but the last couple of years it's been warm. We haven't even had a hard freeze, actually. And I don't know if this year's going to be any different. Where are you at? What part of, are you in the United States or are you outside of the US? If you're in the US, where are you at? Yeah. It's really nice. That's one of the things I love about it because by March, my birthday, I can be in a sundress and shorts and a tank top wearing sandals. And I love that because growing up as a kid, we'd still have snow. And I'm like, I like snow. It's beautiful for about the first, maybe if you're lucky, 3 days. And then it's just a mess. And you track it everywhere and you have to wear 7 layers of clothing. And I don't, I'm not a big clothing person to wear clothes anyway. Putting 7 layers on to keep warm is not my cup of tea. And I hate being cold. I hate being cold. I don't want to be overly warm, but I definitely don't want to be bone chilling cold. I am so feeling for you. I am so feeling for you. I hope you have a really good heater or a fireplace because, yeah, you guys are over in England, you're getting plowed right now with the cold. Kind of like Canada. Canada started a really early winter this year, too. Okay, I'm going to attempt this word. So I'm okay if you laugh at me for the mispronunciation. Erinin Tasaclary. Erinin Tasaclary. Did I get anywhere close to it? Ah, Manhattan. I have family on the East Coast. I have family in the city, and I have family a little further just next door to New York State. So I totally understand. They love it up there. And I love to visit that area, New England, in the fall. I lived a very short period of time in New York City, actually, when I was a teenager, during a summer in high school, and absolutely fell in love with the city. Absolutely fell in love with the city. I still the culture and the arts and the performing arts are amazing. I miss that aspect so much about there. But they are getting lane blasted right now with cold. Like serious cold. Have you had your first snow yet? I'll warm you up. Yeah, there is. It was really hard growing up north, especially when I started working full time, because 4:30 it starts getting dark. So you get up when it's dark and you get off work when it's dark. So you pretty much feel like you start living in a cave and you live at night all the time. At least down here in Texas, like it starts getting dark about 5:30ish roughly. You still feel like you get some daylight and sunlight, and it's not quite so daunting during the winter seasons, which I really like. I like my sunshine. I stay out of the sun in the summertime though, but I do like getting about 20 minutes of sun. I'm very complected. I burn really fast. Oh, please do. If you fall asleep on us, have sweet dreams. Don't worry about it. You can catch us again. You can catch me again. I am coming on about once a week. I do not have a set schedule yet because I'm trying to get it worked into my other shooting schedule. And it's being during the holidays, it's being a little crazy to get something set, but I am here once a week. So make sure you follow me so you get notified when I do go live. Um, I'm enjoying your company too. Well, that's not bad. At least you haven't had like that full-fledged snowstorm yet. I mean, you've got to be due. Normally, the Northeast is getting hit by now. Like pretty good. I do miss making snowballs though. And snowmen. I mean, there's just something about the holiday season that at least one snow during it kind of just puts the icing on top for me. It's probably nostalgia more than it is anything else. Wow. That's insane in Colorado. Although speaking of Colorado, my eyes are watering, excuse me. So you're probably wondering these glasses are actually blue light glasses because I'm on the computer a lot and when my eyes get tired, I put them on so that it relaxes them a little more. I have been skiing once in Colorado and on fresh powder, which was so nice. Does anybody else ski? I am not a skier. Actually, I should change correct that. I like to ski. I just don't know how to stop. I know it seems a bit counterintuitive, doesn't it? So I ski pretty well. Not too shabby. I haven't done it very much, but I do ski pretty well. It's this whole stopping thing that I have a problem with. Like I even do the whole pigeon your toes and it does not work for me. I've had ski lessons, I've had long time avid skiers try to teach me how to do this, and it never works. For some reason, it just doesn't work. It's like somebody who's trying to dance with two left feet. It just doesn't happen. So I end up just kind of falling over to stop, which can be very detrimental. It can be hazardous for your health. So I do like skiing on fresh powder. I'm more of like a snowmobile girl. I like my machines. I do. It's really fun to go on fresh snow on a snowmobile. It's really a lot of fun. We're sledding. Okay, well, I'll lean up a little bit more. Thank you for the feedback. I appreciate that. I am working on getting an external mic that's not on my cam to help solve some of that problem. So I'm trying to work it out and figure out what I need gear wise in order to make that happen. I've got about half of it figured out. So hopefully by next year I'll have it sorted. I'm also on a laptop screen so that I can have more space to be able to do more things while I'm streaming. Um, I'm actually turning my television into my monitor here soon. So I'm just waiting for the parts to come in. I've ordered them. I'm really excited about that. It's the little things. I told you, I'm a bit of a geek. When it comes to that stuff, I'm not real tech savvy, but I'm a total geek at the things that you can do with the tech. It's a lot of fun to play with. Well, thank you. I am so glad you joined me today. I really appreciate that. Thank you for the positive feedback. It really makes a difference and it matters. So you didn't like skiing? Yeah, go on the bunny slopes. Definitely go on the bunny slopes first. It can be the amount of speed you can get during skiing is insane. Like how do people not kill themselves skiing? That's what I want to know. You have to have really strong legs too. Well, you're gonna have to see if your mother's right about that old wise tale. I mean, seriously. I'd be kind of curious to know if that's true. A lot of that type of stuff is pretty accurate. There's a reason for it. Yeah, I don't snowboard. I actually had a friend who snowboarded and almost killed herself. She ran into a tree, put herself in a temporary coma, and like really injured herself. And she's not the first person I've known to do that. So I think snowboarding is dangerous. Oh, speaking of snowboarding, this is a little off topic. So I've been skydiving before. And when I went, the very first time I went skydiving, they had on the dive going up in the plane, they had these guys who they call them sky surfers. I don't know if you've ever heard of them, but basically they take a snowboard into the sky and they surf the wind currents up in the sky. It is so amazing to watch these guys. It is really unbelievable. If you've ever been skydiving, you understand the intensity that you come down to the ground on. I cannot imagine having a board strapped to you with a parachute all at the exact same time. It was really freaking amazing to watch these guys. They went in front of me and unbelievable. So talented, so adrenaline junkied, and definitely surfing on the edge when it comes to that type of stuff. Yeah, I'm totally. I've always wanted to go tobogganing. Has anybody gone tobogganing? I have always wanted to do tobogganing. One of these days, I'm gonna have to either go up to Colorado and I like oh, what do they call them? Tubing, snow tubing. Yes, I like doing that too. I'm all about whatever is there. I like the speed, but I want to be able to be sitting down instead of like smashing my face into the ground that far up. I'm just not really into that. But like I said, I liked skiing. I enjoyed it. I just wish I could stop. Well, hello, Christos Sass. I just totally screwed that up. Christos as. We'll say that. Hi, I'm Ruby Day, by the way. For those of you who don't know, I'm assuming you do because of the channel name, but I'm not assuming all of it. I am going to post my socials again just to let you guys know everything else that I do, the types of videos and photos. I do a wide range of it. My socials, just go to that link and you can find it. Oh, thank you so much. I'm all about being comfortable. So anything that I feel comfortable in, I am there. So I'm glad you like it. I love these types of tops. They're so much fun. Yeah, I'm looking at a boom mic. I've got I used to I'd say dabble in the music industry, but I worked it for 10 years. So I mean, I'm familiar with voice and microphones. It's just a matter of finding the right one that's going to work for my space and that I like. Because when it comes to audio, believe it or not, I'm a bit of an audiophile. I love music. And so I'm really particular because I want it to sound like you're sitting right here in the room with me. That it, because some mics can distort. So thank you. I am considering a boom mic. I've seen some other YouTubers and streamers and podcasters use different types of mics. And so I'm looking into some of them if I need to pick something up. I may already have something that works, but I'm testing some of that out. Actually, I was this week. So, yeah. Yeah, hitting a tree is not good. It kind of does bane damage. I mean, maybe not permanent, sometimes permanent, but yeah, it does. Yes, like getting lift like a wing would do. Exactly. We were talking about sky surfers. Basically, uh, skydivers who windsurf on the currents of the wind. It really is cool to watch them. They are so, well, they're like snowboarders. They do the exact same things just in the air. It's pretty amazing. Yeah, I can't disagree with you there, Christo says. I stream about once a week right now. I am hoping to do it more often. I'm trying to get it worked in with the holidays and my shoot schedule, but something more consistent, but definitely once a week. I'd like to do it at least 2 to 3 times a week, but I'm gonna have to work into that. This is so all new to me. Uh, I am doing great, by the way. Somebody asked. Thank you for asking. How are you? So definitely follow my Twitch stream, my channel, so that you get alerted, and I will always put it out on Twitter when I go live as well. So you can always follow me there too. If you want to see some of my free content, then definitely check out my Instagram. I've got some killer photos over there. You can see some of my photo work. And I also do video work too. So I will post that. Oh, not Daphne, but gosh, what is her name? Yeah, the little redhead from Scooby Doo. I loved Scooby Doo as a kid. Well, who am I kidding? I still like Scooby Doo sometimes because Shag, well, he just cracks me up. He reminds me actually of a friend of mine who's a stoner. Totally. Which just cracks me up. Totally cracks me up. Velma. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for triggering my memory. Velma. Yes. That was her name. Yes, Stephanie was the blonde who always had the pigtail, who was a little bit of that preppy girl. Okay, so all of you watch Scooby Doo too. What is it about Scooby Doo? Like even this song is catchy. It just makes me smile. Do you see this? It's ridiculous. Scooby Dooby Doo. Where are you? You got some work to do now. Yeah, I'm a dork. I'm okay with it. Yes, there is sky surfing. There is such a thing. You can probably Google it. They probably have videos on YouTube about it. It's really freaking cool. I don't think I could do that. I never got past tandem skydiving, to be honest with you. I love skydiving. There is nothing more exhilarating. And the feel of, okay, so let me back this up a little bit. When I went skydiving, I actually was in Florida at the time. And so I skydived off of Cape Canaveral area, which is close to the Florida Peninsula, right where it comes out. And it was the most, it's one of the top 5 skydiving sites in the nation. I was very fortunate and very lucky to be in the right place at the right time. It was total coincidence and fluke that it even happened. Um, and it's just stunning because you actually get to see the ocean when you're skydiving in that location, as well as land. So you get the both terrains, which was still to this day one of the most amazing, breathtaking views I have ever seen. So when I went skydiving, I did one of the highest points you can do doing tandem skydiving, which is 30,000 feet, which means the plane goes up to 30,000 feet and you jump out of the plane at 30,000 feet. And you have somewhere the longest free fall you can have doing tandem, which was somewhere between about 30-second free fall. That's what it was. So which means literally you jump out of the plane at 30,000 feet and you don't open your chute for 30 seconds. So you're literally in a free fall attached to somebody else falling in the sky. And it is one of the most exhilarating experiences I have ever had. And I tend to be a little bit of an adventure seeker. So when I tell you it is one of the most exhilarating experiences I have ever had in my life, like it really was one of the most exhilarating experiences. Because in that 30-second free fall, you literally are falling through clouds. Now, when you fall through clouds, you actually feel every pinpoint of precipitation at that altitude. Like you feel little droplets of moisture hitting your face and your body, and the air is super crisp and it is clean like you have never smelled air clean before. And it's cold. It's really cold. There's no birds, there's no bugs, there's nothing. And so you're falling through these clouds and it literally looks like you're falling through a really thick heavy mist, and it's almost undescribable. But to feel the pressure of the wind as you're falling through them and the moisture on your body, it takes you to a whole nother world. If you have never done it, if you are a bit of an adrenaline junkie, you so need to go skydiving. Make sure it is a safe, reputable company, that you talk to people who've been skydiving to find some place in your area to go before you go. Literally research it out because safety is extremely important. Extremely important. But I went and it was just incredible. And the day I actually went skydiving, there was a storm coming in right behind us. Because remember, I did it in Florida and like it rains every day there during the summer. So literally, I was the last group to jump on that particular trip. And you could see this wall of dark thunderclouds coming in behind us. And we were just hoping we were going to be able to make the jump once we got up to 30,000 feet. And so when we jumped, like right behind us was just black clouds, black wall, black sky, everything. And right in front of us, it was sunny and there were clouds and it was bright blue sky. So literally, as we jumped out of the plane and was doing a free fall and coming down and letting the parachute go, you literally had the thunderstorm coming in over the top of you. It was the most insane, exhilarating experience. You could feel the thunder clapping in the air behind you. And as you landed, we had literally just enough time to hit the ground, get our chute, get untandemed, and get inside before it started downpouring. It was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Now, I know a lot of the chat's gone by while I've been talking about this, but I will try to catch up. Somebody asked if I only stream just chatting. Right now, that's what I'm doing, trying to get comfortable because I have to admit to you guys, I've been a little nervous to jump on stream to actually get going with it because live is a very different experience than doing video work, which is predominantly what I've done is photo shoots and video content. So this whole live streaming is exceptionally new to me, but I am totally digging this. I am completely digging this. I'm having a ball getting to know you guys. I'm having a ball chatting with you. I hope you're enjoying the time and the company here as well. So thank you everybody who has joined the chat and the stream. I'm totally digging ya. I am totally digging ya. We are going to get this going. And I do stream once a week. I don't have a set day quite yet because literally, guys, this is only my second stream. So I'm still kind of working that out. I'm hoping definitely by the first of the year, it's going to get worked out. I would like to work up to about 2 to 3 times a week is what I'd like. And to start getting comfortable enough with the software that I can start playing some games maybe and kind of delve into that realm too. But right now, yes, I am doing just chatting. A lot of times I will get on here and do some of the other work for some of my other social media that I have to do, like scheduling or, today my plan is to go through my wish list and add some new items, some new cosplay stuff that I'm wanting to do because I'm prepping for next year's photo and video shoots and get that going. But I got sidetracked. You guys are so much more interesting to talk to. So, well, somebody said that they're Greek. I love Greek food. I'm a big foodie too. I like a lot of things that give you those goosebump, feel good, endorphin release kind of feelings. I love food. I am a little bit of just a little bit of an adrenaline junkie. I love adventure. So definite Scooby snacks. I love Scooby snacks. We were talking about Scooby Doo earlier. So for those of you who are just joining, you must have x-ray vision if you think that you can see my nipple because let me tell you, they are totally strapped in right now. So the imagination is a very powerful thing. And you, my friend, have a very good one. Okay, I'm not familiar with Jackie. You're gonna have to inform me about this. I have no idea what you're talking about, and I can admit that. I'm okay with that. You know, I have balloons kind of freak me out. Not like not like helium type balloons. So somebody mentioned in the chat about a sky balloon and they'll just jump out of that. So where I grew up in the Midwest, not too far, like I'm talking about 3 hours away, they would have one of the nation's largest hot air balloon festivals, which I have to tell you, I know it sounds a little dorky and I know it sounds a little cheesy and like maybe something your parents would go watch. I don't know. But I have to tell you, they are really freaking cool. They are totally cool. If you can get up at the butt crack of dawn, which I'm not a morning person at all, but if you can get up at the butt crack of dawn, I'm talking like 5 a.m. to be out in the middle of nowhere, then totally do it because it is worth it. Even if you're not a morning person, it's totally worth it. Hot air balloon festivals are so freaking cool. And a lot of times they will have people who will do rides. You can go up with them. They are amazing. Okay. I have never done that. I'm a bit of an adrenaline seeker, but I know hot air balloons going up in one kind of scares the crap out of me. It's the whole motion sickness motion of being in the basket, and literally, like, you're putting the hot air has to come from a flame, and everything you are in and that it requires to capture is not fire retardant. Seriously, like, so much can go wrong. You have to have somebody who has been years and years in training and really knows what they're doing with hot air balloons. But if you have a chance, go to a hot air balloon festival because it is totally cool. Like, the colors are amazing, and how much work and energy and effort it takes to get a hot air balloon actually functioning and in the air is just incredible. Has anybody ever been to a hot air festival, balloon festival? I would love to know if I am the only dorky one who has. And if you have been, I'm not saying you're a dork, I'm calling myself a dork. Somebody asked to see the rest of my outfit. I may just totally unimpress you with this because I told you I like to be comfortable. So I'm wearing yoga pants actually. Just gray yoga pants. See? Ta-da! Because it is Saturday night and I want to be comfortable. I want to be totally cozy. I am all about clothes that are comfortable. I am not a big clothing person, so everything I wear is extremely comfortable. And that's the way I like it. It was a really exciting time. We were talking about skydiving earlier, and I'm going back through the chat feed because, like, it has just blown up, which I am so grateful for. Now, I know that they are alluring, but we are on Twitch, so we do have to keep things at a certain level. If you want to see even more of what I look like, go check this out. I'll put a link to my socials. You can find everything I do right there. Seriously, go check it out because you can see all kinds of. I have photos and videos, and you can follow my Instagram and my Twitter, and definitely follow my Twitch page if you're new here. Yeah, I get, I like to say, really hydrated. So because I am, and my text messaging's going off. Sorry guys. Um I am lactose, I'm lactose, I'll get set here in a minute. I'm lactose intolerant. For those of you who don't know me, I'm actually celiac, and a lot of celiacs have issues with dairy products. So I love cheese. I would drink a gallon of milk pretty much my entire life every week. So I love milk, but it's not happening. Yeah, you're right. Somebody was mentioning that there's a lot of streamers these days who don't actually stream gaming. And for me, because I don't consider myself really a gamer, I don't play games very often, but I do like to play games. Um, this is really part of what gave me some encouragement to actually get on Twitch and start streaming. So that's very interesting because everybody I have talked to, my parents actually have been in a hot air balloon. They actually said there is some kind of swaying motion that goes with it. So I don't know. It's probably different for everybody, to be honest with you. Actually, no, I'm a huge ice cream lover and I can't have dairy-based ice cream. So, like, I can have coconut or almond milk ice cream. I am a huge ice cream lover. Like, summertime hits and I want my ice cream. I totally want my ice cream. So you can now that they have coconut milk ice cream, which is fantastic. Are you an ice cream lover? Oh, come on. I love ice cream. I haven't ever played Fortnite before, so I'm gonna have to delve into that at some point. I was talking earlier that because somebody was talking about the mic. I'm in the process of trying to figure out a mic that's gonna work for my situation, but I'm on a laptop at the moment, and so I'm getting ready to convert my television into a monitor, and I'm waiting on the rest of the gear in order to do that so that I can be able to play and look at the chat stream at the same time. So Fortnite. Okay, tell me about Fortnite because I am totally naive when it comes to the games. Yes, I do. Somebody asked if I like to read. I do like to read. I'm a big reader. I usually have at least a book going at a time, sometimes two. But I read all the time, little magazines, I read books, I read, articles, news articles. I like to read a lot. I didn't even think about that, Thanos. You know what? You're right. Probably a bigger hot air balloon basket would, would make a difference with that. Okay, you keep surprising me. I mean, everything that you have had experiences with, that's pretty awesome. The fact that you were even part of a crew, a hot air balloon crew, is really fucking amazing. Excuse me. Excuse my French. I do at times have a mouth like a sailor, so I will apologize if it bothers anybody. It does happen. Which game is that? Yeah, ice cream. What kind of ice cream do you like? Actually, at some point in time, yeah, I would love to. I am completely new here. Um, can you message me? Is there a way to message me that's not in the chat? And we'll talk about that. I would love to be on your podcast. Absolutely. So let's check it out. Let's chit chat. Let's get that figured out. And we'll talk. Nothing wrong with that. I am totally LGBTQ. I think is the new one that's added to it I saw. Friendly. I am totally friendly about that. No, I did not know that in French. Do you speak French? Are you in Canada by chance? Because your English is very good as well. So, well, thank you. I should open a library. Boy, there'd be some really interesting books in that library. Yeah. You live in France. Well, your English is very good. What part of France do you live in? I am going to say this with a caveat. So, I used to be fluent in French. I actually have studied it since grade school, all the way through school and college, and was fluent by the time I graduated college. My French is really rusty right now. I comprehend it much better than I speak it these days. Sometimes I even read directions to things that I get in French instead of English so that I can keep up on it. And once in a while, people will have patience. Some of my patrons will have patience with me who are French Canadian. So we'll chit chat a little bit. Small sentences. Like I said, I comprehend much better than I speak it these days. But I think that's really cool. What other foreign languages do you speak? Okay, you have to tell me about this hashtag. I'm confused. What's hashtag dance for us? I'm not gonna dance for you. Not here. Not tonight. Some other day. Deal? Definitely go check out my social media. Here, I will post it again for you guys. Check out my Instagram and all my other photo shoots and other video content. You'll love it. You can see it there. Have a fantastic night. I will be on next week, so make sure to follow me. that you don't miss when I go live. And good night. Actually, you asked where that I posted a link to go to all my social media, my video and photo content. I do have some dancing in my video content, so you can kind of peruse there and look to see which platform you would like to go to. I have tons of content and different types of content that you will absolutely love. I do. Actually, somebody asked if I like to cook naked. I like to cook. I'm a huge foodie and I'm also a nudist. So it kind of goes hand in hand with me because I cook when whatever I'm in at the moment. So sometimes it's early in the morning, totally butt naked. Sometimes it's in the afternoon and I might have something on and I might not. You just never know. Do you like to cook naked? That's what I know want to know. I also run a cooking naked show actually on my Patreon. So check out that link. I put rubydaytv.com and I've got everything there for you to find. It's really super easy and quick and you can choose what you're interested in. Oh, please do. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, so that you know I'm going live on Twitch, as well as my Twitch page. I would love it, love it, love it. I'm trying to get more and more followers, so we'll be here. Nudist? Yes. Are you a nudist? I'm a nudist. I'm a self-proclaimed. I don't know. All my friends tell me I'm a nudist because I'm more comfortable naked than I am with clothes. This is why I wear clothes that are super comfortable. Because, well, I want to feel like I have nothing on when I have to have something on. So it just goes hand in hand. No, there is no frying in my household. I own an air fryer if I want like French fries, actual French fries. I'm a huge potato lover too. But no frying. I tried that once. See, here in Texas, where I'm at, they actually have a saying that says, don't fry bacon naked. And I did not know that until I started a Cooking Naked show. And actually, that's the name of the show is Cooking Naked. The recipes are simple and healthy. They are good for you, they taste great, and they're good for your soul, your tummy, everything from head to toe. And the food actually is good, believe it or not. I don't give you like crappy recipes. There's something there for everybody's flavors and tastes. That is really awesome. We were talking about hot air balloons earlier, and one of the people in the chat actually helped out on a hot air balloon group. So I think that's really freaking cool. Well, thank you. See, I'm kind of one of those people at first, I'm a little shy. I get a little nervous thinking I'm going to go out and meet a whole bunch of new people. And then you get me talking, and I probably won't shut up. You may even be like, Ruby, oh my gosh, would you just quit talking to me? Please quit talking. I become a chatterbox. No, I am actually not a teacher, never have been. These are actually blue light glasses because I am on the computer a lot, and so my eyes get tired and strained, and it's to help protect them against the blue light. So sometimes you'll see me with them, sometimes you won't. Yeah, that is why it's called home nudist. Except I'm naked at my friends' houses too. Somebody asked me to tell them more about being a nudist. And yeah, you can't burn your touche, but you gotta, there's a way to cook naked. I'm telling you. You gotta do things a little differently. Now, it's not differently for me because I'm so used to it, it just seems natural. Like you don't stand too close to a hot oven or a hot stovetop. You're at arm's length all the time. So there's a way to cook naked and do it safely because it's all about safety. And sometimes I do wear an apron if I'm going to get really messy or what I'm cooking kind of pops and splatters. So I'm a nudist, but I'm not just a home nudist. I have friends that they know the moment I hit their house my clothes are off. Like they're comfortable and totally okay with me being naked in their home. So, and I'm comfortable around them. And so anytime I can be naked or wear as minimal amount of clothing as possible, I am so there. Like, I am not a clothes wearing type person unless I have to. Now, there are instances it is not appropriate to be naked. So, of course, I know what those instances are. I'm not an inappropriate nudist. I actually do understand, and my mother did teach me how to be appropriate and have manners. And so I do know that, but where it is okay, like at my friend's house and at their pools and, that type of thing, in my own home, in my own space, I'm naked as often as possible. I just do not like being cold. So the times I do wear clothes is mostly in the winter times because I do not like being cold at all. Yeah, I actually, somebody said something about having pizza being delivered, being a pizza delivery guy at a nudist, somebody who's a nudist house. I actually had a girlfriend, you're not gonna believe this. I about died when she did this, and I'm the nudist. So I went over to visit her, and she had ordered a pizza, and I didn't know it. Next thing I know, and I show up, and she's totally stark naked. And next thing I know, I hear a knock at the door, and she just goes and answers it, which I mean, I have to admit, I have done on occasion. A girlfriend of mine and I have done at my own house. But she answers the door stark naked, hands the guy, the pizza delivery guy, money for the pizza, takes the pizza, offers him a piece of her pizza. Like there's nothing going on. And this poor kid, I'm not kidding you, he couldn't have been any more than college age. This poor kid just stood there completely drop jawed and dumbfounded. And I'm just laughing and shaking my head, going, oh, you're gonna give this kid a heart attack, seriously. And then she asked him if there was anything else or if he wanted to come in and sit down for a while. And he said, no, I've got to get back to work. I have pizzas to deliver. And she said, okay, and closed the door. I mean, go figure. So it has happened. Well, the thing is with my friends, so I am very fortunate to have friends who are tolerant of me being a nudist or they're totally okay with it. Um, but I don't keep people around that I can't be myself with. I don't have friends that I can't be just genuinely who I am and who I can't be comfortable around. So it's taken me a lot of years of losing friends and adding new friends and going through friends and trying friends because some people start off and think it's totally cool and then all of a sudden they're not okay with it. So, I am fortunate to have friends who are understanding of who I am, but I've also worked really hard at cultivating a group of friends who allow me to be who I am. So I think it's kind of a two-way street when it comes to that type of thing. And it's really important because you need people around in your life who don't ridicule you, who don't make you feel awkward for being the person that you are. I think that's really, really important because it not only helps your self-confidence, it helps your self-esteem. It also creates a genuine support system of people who care about who you are and that you're not having to alter your behavior or who you are as a person to be around them, because then how do they really get to know you if you can't be genuinely yourself? And that, if you can't be genuinely yourself, you're robbing the people around you in the world of the gift of who you are. So I think it's really important to make sure you have people around you who allow you to be comfortable being you. You're right. And don't get me wrong. I mean, I've worked really hard and a long time at being comfortable with who I am and what I like and what I don't like. And not all my friends agree with my likes and dislikes, and I'm totally okay with that because they have things that I don't like that they do, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's what makes the group of people really unique and diverse, and I love that diversity Not everybody has to agree on everything all the time. That's totally okay. We're different people. If we were all the same, I'd just stay home and be with myself. I don't want to be with myself all the time. I like having different types of personalities and people around me and people to chat and be social in that means. So, I think that's really important too because the diversity helps you grow as a individual, helps you grow as a person, helps your interests grow. It's important. It's important to do that. You're right. I agree. I think somebody who accepts you for who you are, that's a true friend. Somebody who, even with your faults, knows what that is and still cares for you and loves you and will have your back whenever you need it. Or, sometimes we all need somebody to talk to. Even I do. And things get tough. Life can get tough and hard, but having somebody who you feel like you can trust and is a friend to confide in or just be like, you know what, I've had a really crappy day today. Can we just go blow off some steam? Or can we watch a movie? Or can I tell you about it? Is really important to have in your life, whoever that is for you. I don't know, maybe not. Most of my friends are pretty cool, and a lot of them are nudists as well. So, getting to me, being naked is not a sexual thing. It is just existing as a human being. It's our society that tells us we have to wear clothes and that nudity is only a sexual response. And I don't necessarily see eye to eye to that. I think sometimes it is and sometimes it's not. I think it all depends on the context and how people view it. And I have met a lot of nudists in my lifetime, and they share a very similar perspective that nudity does not equate sexuality or a sexual response. um, Most people who are nudist, it's like looking at somebody with clothes. They just don't see anything but the person standing in front of them. And to me, having that capability of truly being able to get through the social programming and the social perspective of what nudity is a quality that I really appreciate in people because it's a unique quality, especially here in the Western world, because our society teaches us something different. And we can all have different opinions about it. And I understand that that's the way it is. I just don't 100% share that perspective, but I understand the perspective. If that makes any sense to anybody. Let's try to keep the jokes like clean and in a positive means. Not a real big fan of anything that's too derogatory. So we are on Twitch. Let's try to keep it kosher. Really, you've never met anybody who's a nudist. I'm sure you probably have. They may have just not told you. Because it's kind of, especially in Western society and culture, it's a bit of a taboo kind of thing. I'm still trying to figure out some of the streaming stuff and how to set things. Anybody on the chat right now, do you guys know how to set this channel to NSFW? This is Twitch. We do have to keep it at a certain level, including the jokes, the commentary. I am not going to get naked. I may be a nudist, but like I said, there's a time and a place for it. So let's be appropriate. If you're not, I will block and ban you from it, from the stream. So it can be your choice. I'll leave it up to you. I'm sure you all have a certain level of understanding and etiquette of that. Please respect it. How did I get interested in being a nudist? That's a great question. I actually, I say I was just born that way. My mom said I never had much of a modest bone in my body. I was that kid that she always had a hard time as a small child keeping clothes on. My whole perspective of clothing is. If I was made to wear them, I would have been born with them, kind of thing. That's my humor, sort of. But I really do. I figure if we were made to fully wear clothes all the time, I would have already been born with them on. So I just find I am more comfortable. I feel like I can be genuinely who I am easier, being a nudist. And it's just where my comfortability level is. I do understand not everybody has the same perspective, and I respect that. So my friends just know if I invite you to my home, which can happen, but you have to be really close friends with me, that I am a nudist. And so I may be naked while you visit. And if you're not comfortable with that, then you probably shouldn't come over. It doesn't mean I'm always naked, but I am a lot of the times. So that's actually how I became a nudist. I've always kind of been that way. It doesn't even faze me if, like in college, I had a college roommate and I had suite mates. I was the one in the suite that was constantly walking around naked. At first, it totally freaked my roommates out, and they didn't even understand how to appropriate it. But after about the first month, we sat down and had a talk, and they totally got it. And they were like, okay, not a big deal. And so they just tell me if they were having people come over. So I would just put clothes on, and I would, because not everybody's comfortable with it. So that's kind of how I became a nudist. I just always was. No, it's not that I'm not being me. I am me one way or the other. I don't, it's just the way it is. It's just, there is something that for a nudist that they just aren't as uptight. Their personnel comes out with clothes or without clothes. It's not about that. So let's not twist the situation to your own advantage and how you want to perceive things and lead other people to perceive them. It's not about that. I'm me. This is me. I'm not going to be any different with or without clothes. So let's just have a good time and enjoy it. You're right. I have run into a lot of people that are sailors, meaning they like to sail. And you are right. A lot of lake people are nudists as well. I have a lot of friends who own boats, and anytime they are on their boat, they are naked. They don't consider themselves nudists, but when they're on their boat, they're naked. So I totally agree with that. That was a surprise for me to find, because I grew up most of my life being the only person who was a nudist. My family aren't nudists. Most of my friends growing up weren't nudists. So it wasn't until I got much older and understood more of who I was and what I liked and the type of people I was seeking to be friends with that I even ran across that, like people and people who have boats, a lot of them are nudists or they're very comfortable with nudity. Absolutely. I see no problem with nudity when it's appropriate and when everybody is respectful of the other people around them. So, you know what, Equalizer, you want to keep taunting? I can just ban you. Because the reality is we are on Twitch and you know the rules. So you can either keep talking or I can just ban you. One of the two. It's your choice. I'd love to have you here and part of it, but it's your option. What are some of my other interests? I have a lot of different interests. I like to read. I am a audiophile. I love music and I'm a huge movie buff. I love to watch movies. I don't watch much TV, but I love to watch movies. I love hiking. I love being outside and I'm a bit of an adventure seeker. I love to experience and have new adventures and I like all kinds of things. I love doing photography as well, in front of and behind the camera. I like doing video work too. So, okay, I want to know about to create. I want to know about this. This is fascinating to me. I find it fascinating. So he says in the chat feed, if people haven't found it, um, that there's a show where everyone who worked there had the option of coming in nude. That is freaking awesome. And I see up in the chat that somebody said that they're a ginger too. You so should embrace the inner nude you. Seriously, you should. Oh no. That's like showing up into class nude and not realizing it until everybody's laughing at you. Have you ever had those dreams? I never had those dreams, but I have a lot of friends who do. I am going to post a link to get all of my socials. I would love it if you guys would follow me here on Twitch. I stream once a week. Follow me on Twitter to know when I go live, and follow me on Twitch to know when I go live. Follow my Instagram. You can see all my photo and video type content because I do a lot of different things. You guys will love it. So check out that link I posted. Can you imagine an entire classroom, an entire society that literally everybody is a nudist? Actually, I heard, I'm trying to think of where it is. I can't remember if it's in England or if it's here in the States, but they actually have a village, a community where the entire town are nudists. Everybody's a nudist. You go to school and be a nudist, everything. Nobody wears clothes. I'm gonna, if somebody knows who that is, let me know. I would love to know. Okay, so Equalizer, you obviously. Hey guys, it's about that time. My stomach is growling. It is growling. I am so sorry. Um, I am actually gonna jump off. Thank you so much for everybody joining me here. Um, I had a fantastic time for my second stream. You guys have made it amazing. Don't forget, I'm going to post my socials one more time. So follow me on my social medias. You can see where the other type of content I do. Follow me here on Twitch, and I will see you guys again next week. I love it. Mwah. Thank you so much. I had an amazing time. Bye.